Siamo arrivati alla terzultima proiezione della giornata e proseguiamo introducendo un programma speciale che quest'anno torna allo short, quello dedicato al cinema indiano, in particolare al regista Ashish Pandey, a cura di Cecilia Cossio. Pandey, in collegamento da Mumbai, ci introduce 3 dei suoi pluripremiati cortometraggi, rispettivamente The Cabin Man, Kule Darvaze e Noren.
We have now reached the third last screening of the day, and we'll continue by introducing a special program which returns to the short this year. The one dedicated to Indian cinema, in particular to the director Ashish Pandey, curated by Cecilia Cossio. Pandey, connected from Mumbai, introduces us to 3 of his award-winning short films, respectively The Cabin Man, Kule Darvaze and Nore.
Accogliamo Ashish Pandey, Ines Argenzio ed Erika Fontana.
We welcome Ashish Pandey, Ines Argenzio and Enrica Fontana. Thank you.
Grazie.
So the first question is, have you, making movies has always been your intention, or did it happen by chance? Because we know you were following a mining engineering before, but you didn't actually like it. So was that the reason why you joined the cinema school in Kolkata, or was it before?
Okay. E fare film è sempre stato quello che desiderava fare o quello col cinema è stato un incontro casuale? Abbiamo letto che stava seguendo un corso di ingegneria mineraria, ma non la soddisfaceva. Per questo si è iscritto alla scuola di cinema di Kolkata o è stato prima?
It's not that I disliked mining a lot. It was essentially, I think, over there as well, it was diving deep. And post that, I think there was no pressure as such on me to pursue a profession or shift to other. But I think inherently I was more inclined to storytelling rather than engineering. And I think that was the reason why I primarily shifted my careers and migrated to learning cinema. And there was one filmmaker who was instrumental in that transition, was the great Kieslowski. Because there was a summer camp, a summer film appreciation course which I attended, and I saw the Decalogue and Blind Chance and No End, and then I realized that there is now no end to my cinematic journey, and I need to shift to a much more creative medium. So yeah, that was the primary reason why I chose cinema over mining.
D'accordo. Allora, non è il fatto che non mi piacesse quello che facevo prima, ma ho preferito seguire la storia dello storytelling anche grazie a dei direttori che hanno aiutato a seguire la mia passione, e quindi ho continuato per quella strada soprattutto perché era quello che preferivo rispetto a quello che studiavo prima. So the second question is, The Cabin Man and Open Doors have themes in common, like passing of time and loneliness, separation of the individual from the family. So Nore looks different. It looks like the main problem is the war. Should we consider the village as a representation of Kashmir itself as a collective individual that was separated from India?
Okay. The Cabin Man e Open Doors hanno in comune il tema del passare del tempo e della solitudine, della separazione dall'individuo dalla famiglia e dell'abbandono dell'individuo da parte della famiglia, scusate. Nore sembra diverso, il tema è la guerra, eppure si potrebbe vedere il villaggio e per estensione tutto il Kashmir come un individuo collettivo separato e estraniato dall'India.
The Cabin Man and Open Doors were thematically quite similar. They spoke about abandonment and the loneliness which follows. So yeah, they were sad representation of the times when I was growing up, because many of youngsters, they studied well and they migrated abroad, which was their idea of success. But what they left behind was far more sad. So I think there was some kind of a personal connect to that, and hence The Cabin Man and Open Doors did appeal to me in that particular way. The correlation which you drew with regards to Noor and Kashmir and the separation, I think that's a bit too far-fetched and incorrect, because Kashmir has always been a integral part of our country, and it would always remain so, I believe. The point which I wanted to highlight primarily was, whichever border states you are in, whichever conflict zones you are in, irrespective of the country you are in, there is always a sense of uneasiness which reigns over your life. So irrespective of the locale, irrespective of the country, I think Noor does talk about, it generalizes the war-torn atmosphere across the world since ages, and it also reflects upon that what are the effects of war in general on the psyche of innocent minds. So Kashmir happened to be a backdrop for the film. It could have been set in any border village of any country across the world.
D'accordo, allora per i primi due film lui si è soprattutto ispirato su questo libro che parla sull'abbandono e tutto quello che si lascia indietro. Invece per Nore il soggetto era proprio la guerra, e non importa da dove sei, non importa in che posto ti trovi, il conflitto comunque è sempre lo stesso. Sì, lo so, mi scusi. Of course, every film is different from another, and it has its own inspiration. Which were the inspirations for the first two films, and which was the inspiration for Nore?
Ovviamente ogni film ha un'ispirazione a sé, ogni film è diverso da un altro. Qual è stata l'ispirazione per i primi due e per Nore?
I think inspiration for all the films which we have realized is primarily life in general. And specifically for the first two films, I have reiterated in my earlier answer as well. Like I saw my grandmother grow old, and when I used to cross the door of my house, I used to always see her sitting right at the center with doors open and looking at the world, which is freely moving outside, unaware that there is a lonely soul sitting inside. So I think those kind of experiences and images of my personal life did help me in realizing the first two films. My dad was in the railways, so I think many things flow within you in your subconscious mind which you are unaware of. So I am till now unable to pinpoint as to what exactly is the trigger, why this film, and what exactly was a trigger point as to why I created those. But I think at the subconscious level, unknowingly, there are many things which are going on, and what I absorb from the life, what I reflect onto the life, all these do have a bearing on the things I create and wish to create. And for Noor as well, I think, for Noor as well, I found it was a sudden this thing. I have never thought of this kind of a film. And I also didn't visualize. In fact, the entire story of Noor was written well before going to Kashmir. So this thought occurred to me somehow from, I think it was Godsend. Yeah.
Ok, quindi per il primo film si è soprattutto guardando la vita di sua nonna. Posso gli appunti? E il fatto che gli piacesse sulla famiglia, sulla casa e sui nonni, mentre l'ultimo film, quello di Nore, soprattutto si ispira sui soldati e sulla vita a Kashmir e l'individuo, quindi si ritrova a essere la città e tutto quello che la collettività deve soffrirci.
Infatti il primo film si sviluppa soprattutto da un punto di vista più personale, mentre Nore, l'ultimo film, è quello che lui fa ispirandosi a quello che ha visto invece intorno a sé.
We were wondering, like, the actors of Nure are all non-professionals, and they're inhabitants of the actual village. How was working with them, and especially with the little girl, also considering the fact that they speak the local language? Do you have any trouble with that?
Gli attori di Nore sono tutti gli abitanti del villaggio e quindi sono attori non professionisti. Com'è stato lavorare con loro, soprattutto con la bambina protagonista, anche perché loro parlano la loro lingua locale? Ci sono stati problemi con ciò?
Actually, working with them was like a dream. It was too beautiful. And they were all locals. Everyone in the film, they inhabit that particular village where the film is set, or the villages surrounding it. The school which we shot the film is in the actual village. The books they are reading from are the actual books. So there was a sense of reality with the cast, the setting, the people, and they were very cooperative. They were very understanding. We shared with them the intention of making the film, and they were more than happy to help us to shoot in a very difficult terrain and environment. So it was very beautiful. And as far as the language is concerned, it's a local dialect in which the film is spoken. It's called Sheena. So we took the support of local people to understand and translate the language to our language, which is Hindi and English. So they were very forthcoming and they were very cooperative in that. And it was, I think, when there is a human-to-human connect, at one point, I think language does take a back seat. So that's what we realized while working with Noor, that even though the language is unknown to us, still we were very comfortable at one point of time in realizing what we want to say in the language which they spoke in.
Allora, è stato molto bella come esperienza, soprattutto perché il fatto che questi attori non fossero veramente attori, ma fossero le persone che abitavano questa città, ha dato tutto un senso di realtà ed erano molto felici di collaborare. La lingua che parlano si chiama Shilla e c'era gente specializzata che veniva a fare le traduzioni, e anche se la lingua era a noi sconosciuta, dopo un po' ci siamo abituati e comunque riuscivamo a capirci.
E praticamente il fatto che tutti questi attori, abitanti del villaggio, facessero parte di questo corto ha reso il tutto ancora più reale ed è stato ancora più emozionante vedere queste persone che vivono in un ambiente molto povero, possiamo dire, essere così entusiaste e aperte a partecipare a questo progetto.
The last question is, are you working in any new movies or planning something?
E è impegnato con un nuovo film o ne ha uno in progetto?
Yeah, I do intend to keep creating stories which reflect the lives of marginal people, to show the areas which are often ignored and to bring them to light. And the pursuit is continuing, and right now I am working on a script, and let's hope that I'm able to realize these soon.
Okay. So, sì, mi piacerebbe continuare comunque, continuerò a fare storie che riflettono le vite delle persone ai margini e mostrare come vivono le loro condizioni, e adesso sto lavorando a una sceneggiatura. Thank you so much.
Grazie mille. Thank you.
And now we'll leave you with the shorts.
Ora vi lasciamo alla visione dei cortometraggi.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.